Well, welcome to episode 3 of the kind of writing workshop, let's call it. Last Sunday on the Blaincast, I left you with the idea that I had just started writing a song. I was going to share that first verse with everybody. I may have shared it. Oh, no, probably not. I cut that meeting a little short. And since then, I've upgraded to a Zoom setup right here, which I think is going to be better. And if you're joining me for the first time on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, my name is Brian Blaine. And now, after doing several Blaine casts, basement Blaine casts, I was calling them. Now I'm moved up to a different platform on YouTube. I moved up to a different floor. I'm in my kitchen now, and I'm just going to do this writing thing, and maybe even get more collaboration tools happening. And starting with Zoom is going to be a bit of a platform, I guess. We'll see how it goes. I wonder if I'm even on YouTube. It would be nice to turn it on another computer and see. Let's see if we come up on the iPad. So what you were listening to was the groove. And that's what it all started with on this tune. And I had heard it from Mark Knopfler on a YouTube thing. And it was just some shapes that my fingers never went in. And I watched him do it, and I kind of figured it out. And then I forgot about it for a year. And then just within the last month or so, it popped up. You know how YouTube makes suggestions to you, and it remembered whatever. All of a sudden, it was asking me to play the Mark Knopfler guitar thing, which I did right away. And sure enough, there he was playing it, and it went like. That's all that he played, and that's all that caught my ear. And so now, fast forward a little ways, and I was watching TV and got an idea for a lyric, and that's the chord changes I'm trying it on. I actually tried a different set of another chord thing I just learned. I guess you'd say this has been a learning time for me, sitting in the kitchen in the middle of a pandemic and homebound. This is the other thing I was playing. Oh, am I gonna? How am I gonna? That's it. It would even work with these lyrics a little bit. And then we got, that's it. And as for the lyrics, let me share them with you, because this is one of the reasons I wanted to use Zoom, was to share my screen and pull up the lyrics. Wonder if that's all right there for you. He's got a fine first family, everybody toes the line. They only speak with his permission, everything is always fine. He's mean and misogynistic, but his fans love him anyway. They can't be shocked by any scandals and lies, 'cause they're all acclimatized, and they've got their marching orders, and they're loyal to a fault. A little bit more on the guitar. Not quite. Back a little. Da-da. Second verse, which was actually the first verse. I wrote this right off the top because I said the press secretary, it was going to be the press secretary blues or whatever, and it was going to be about this young woman who I was watching on the stand there for the first time. But then I just remembered something Paul Reddick told me once. You know, he was actually he could be very contrary about it, but this one time he was saying, you know, that I had this song about the Irish troubles. You know, that were troubles in Ireland, and and it kind of went on about all the hardships of being in that sort of a war zone and he said, well, you know, that song ought to be more universal. And that sort of thing is happening all over the world, different places. You know, you could stretch it, open it up a bit. And can't remember the how that came about, but anyway, I did, and I wrote another verse that did kind of generalize things. And I saw him like quite a while later. I said, Paul, you know, thank you for that advice about you know, being more generalized, and because on that Irish song I used that, and he says, no, 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 no. He says, what did he call it? Individualization, specification. You got or whatever. He said, no, it's the opposite of general. He wanted to be specificity was the word Paul used. I love you, Paul. I haven't had too many songwriting sessions, you know. One was with Paul right here in my basement studio, and he arrived like with a stack of books, you know, a backpack full of books, reference books. I guess I bet there was some poetry in there, or I'm gonna play a little guitar. Not that way. I wonder how the music level is, but we'll see when we take a listen. Ah. Then there's the press secretary, presidential liaison. She can answer all your questions. She knows what's going on. On her side, she's got her ear of the leader at her side the whole day long. Something like that. She promised she would never tell a lie. She smiled and looked us in the eye. But she's got her marching orders, and she's loyal to a fault. Okay, I'm going to play just the form on the guitar and do that a couple of times, and I'm going to leave it for some folks to Try to think of some interesting words. You, you know the form now. Let's write a third verse together here. Just like, even if you send me a couple of lines. Oh. Start a new loop. We'll see you on Sunday at 2 o'clock for a little session. I'm not even sure we're still on the air. Well, it says there's something there. I guess I've been on all this time. I'm going to end it now. Dig this crazy mic setup that I had needed a high impedance transformer, and I had this ancient transformer. Well, that's on the mic now. And all right, well, we'll see if this made it to YouTube or not. Still getting my new platform organized. We'll see. Apparently, the audio on YouTube is about twice the resolution, 192 instead of 96. Okay. And